I'm tired of being who the old voice, the old patterns, the negativity, the just yuck. You just think about like all these negative thoughts. I'm not enough. I can't do this. I don't have the funding, right? So then you don't do any of it. And then you get caught up in the, well, what should I be doing? And so then you get tired. You get tired of what you, the old you, wants you to be. And that creates a midlife crisis, right? Heather, it is so good to see you again, or for you to see me again. I don't know if you're into music, Heather, but honestly, there's so many things we could talk about. And one of them I think that we should talk about is the psychology around music and or like lyrics in other songs. Yesterday I sang to you, Hey There Delilah, and today as I was doing my 2 modules, you'd be very proud of me, I couldn't help but think about identity, and I am going to be so vulnerable with you right now, okay? Linkin Park was probably top tier music to my childhood, my teen years, right? Preteen years, whatever. And honestly, this song, Numb, comes to mind. And it's so interesting when you listen to music and how it impacts you and the embodiment of the emotion that you feel, which all wraps into my modules, by the way. The concept of like in the song Numb by Linkin Park, right? One of the first few lines is like, I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Do 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 do, right? So it's so interesting where it's like, who's you? Who is you in this song, right? Because your frame of reference and what you're thinking about and who or what you're talking about, right? I think like especially in the music videos, so many people preteens think like my parents, the rebel, right? Like fight the system, fight the government type thing. Like it's like I'm tired of trying to be what my parents want me to be, right? But in my 2 modules, it's this frame of reference that I'm tired of being who the old voice, the old patterns, the negativity, the just yuck want me to be. You know, when you're thinking about being an entrepreneur or starting this journeys with Heather, you just think about like all these negative thoughts. I'm not enough. I can't do this. I don't have the funding, right? Like so much. And so then you don't do any of it, right? And then you get caught up in the, well, what should I be doing, right? And so then you get tired. You get tired of what you, the old you, wants you to be. And that creates a midlife crisis, right? And maybe that's why you love to talk to me so much, Heather, is because I can develop a crisis. I'm just kidding. But I can help smooth it over. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know why you're watching if you're not Heather, but I identify as a therapist and I'm not liking it. So I've been trying to change over into just doing consultation and that kind of stuff, mainly because I want to move away from insurance. I think anybody who understands how bad insurance has gotten understands why I would feel this way, I would hope. And so I've decided to work with founders of gym businesses, fitness studio businesses, and being able to help them in a self-development realm, right? So in July, I'm going to be launching my free for 5 people course. And my journey with Heather is the concept that I'm held responsible to teach all of these modules. And today, if you haven't watched the other 2 videos, I would highly recommend you go watch them because I did modules 6 and 7, which talk about, oh, they're just such a pair. What 2 peas in a pod, okay? The first one has to do with the diffusion, right? If you know anything about acceptance and commitment therapy, because I'm a therapist, here we are, then you know about diffusion. Being able to unfuse from the past thoughts and recognize that it is not your identity. It doesn't have to be your identity. It's not something that you have to identify with, right? I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't know enough. And I'm not saying that like now we need to get rid of the negative thoughts, right? But we can stop identifying with those thoughts. And I talk about 3 different kind of techniques of being able to get rid of those thoughts in the driver's seat of the car. Okay. So, one being able to name, I have a thought that I'm not enough. Creates just a millimeter of a gap between you and that thought. Being able to name it out loud helps give it something else. Number 2, naming it a story. Oh, there's the I'm not enough story. Got it. I already know. I've already been down that path. It sucks. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to that story. I actually really would like to listen to another story, so I'm going to put my audiobook in or whatever. Okay. Technique number 3 is being able to. I actually forgot what technique number 3 is. I just taught this. You'd think I'm an expert, I promise you. Oh, the observer move. And maybe that's just because like I don't usually like practice this one myself. So maybe that's why I forget. But asking yourself, if I were my future self right now, would they believe this thought about me? Probably not, right? Because they already overcame all of the things that I feel so weighted down with, right? So, would my future self believe that I'm not good enough for Heather? Probably not. She probably already knows how wonderful Heather is and how much Heather has impacted my life and how blessed and honored it has been to be a part of this journey with Heather. And she knows her self-worth and her self-value, that taking up space is going to have to be a burden on anybody. It doesn't have to be negative. And I choose to take up space and time of Heather. You're a blessing. Thank you. So, being able to recognize and embody how is the future self already identifying with these thoughts can help, which leads me into module 7, right? Identity rehearsal, right? So many people get this wrong. They think like, oh, you just need to say positive affirmations, right? Or I feel like, oh, every single person I feel like under the sun is like trying to use like the CIA's things about manifestation, or being able to say this to yourself, this mantra, right? And positive affirmations alone don't work. The mind does not care what you tell it until you feel it in your body, right? That's why the body keeps the score, the body holds trauma, the body knows, right? And so until you embody how you're going to be, you're not going to be able to let go of the crisis you're leaving behind. So, fake it till you make it is massive because you don't feel like smiling. Fuck that shit, right? I don't want to smile. I'm having a poopy day, right? If you can be angry for no reason, you can be happy for no reason too. Just choose the other one. Choose to smile. Because the body is going to tell the mind, no, we're fucking happy. We're fucking good. That's why I get my support drink so my body can feel how good I am. For those of you who don't know, I have a terrible addiction to Loaf and Jug. And I'm pretty sure my tax person would like literally beg me to just stop using my credit card at Loaf and Jug because I like to drink energy drinks and it's not far from my house. So it's a nice, like, oh, I'm going to get up and go for a walk. It's like a fucking cigarette. It's the worst. So I shop at Sam's Club and I just figured, oh, I'll buy a 24 pack of Monster. Not usually my drink of choice, okay? But Sam's Club is very limited if you don't shop there. And I figured a 24 pack, if I drink one Monday through Friday, because on the weekends, I'm out in the back country, so I don't need this. Then, I'd be covered. I'd save me money. let's hope so. So that's why we always have a support drink, so that my body can feel the way that I want to imagine myself being. Okay, happy go lucky. The whole idea, though, is Jordan Peterson's premise about you become what you pretend to be. So pretend to be what you should become. Having an aim about where you want to go, being the best possible person. Do not let it get rotted by the concept of status, dominance, and proving people wrong, because it only gets you so far. So that just so happens to be most of what I taught today. It's still very early today, but I actually have to see clients and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing clients. I love meeting with people and helping people discover themselves. When I say I just don't like being a therapist, is because I don't like the connotations and the limitations and insurance and all of those things that come with it. When I do so much more, I can help you be so much more. So if you or anybody else you know is interested, Heather, in talking to me and being on my podcast, Heather, I really need you to just find another gym owner, okay? Because Mandy is great, and I'm glad that we both know her, but you need to start pulling your weight around here, Heather. And we will find more fun people to join the 5 free people's group in July, and maybe we'll find hundreds to join us in October. So that is my clip for you today, and I hope you have a good one. And I hope that when you hear a song, you think about that emotion and that embodiment that comes up for you. Also, if you haven't heard Linkin Park's Numb, now I want you to think about the you being the old you that's ruining your future you. Okay. Be good or be good at it. Talk to you later.